Welcome back to Firewood on the Hill. My name is Matt and this is Everett from E's Firewood. Today we got something special for you guys. We actually have a new saw in the Woodyard. It is not my saw, it's Everett saw. Stick with us and you'll see what we got. There you go guys, the Stihl 500I. This one came with a 28-inch bar, brand new, hasn't even run a tank of gas through it. So guys, we got the 500i in the yard, and then of course I have my 462. The 462 has 25-inch bar and this has 28-inch bar, so it's not a fair comparison. This is not a comparison video. This is just us cutting some wood and having a good time. This will be my first time and his first time running a 500i, so we'll give our input on that, and we'll run the 462 and 500 side by side just to see what comparison, how they feel, and all that good stuff. Whatever, you got a couple cuts out of that. What do you think about that saw?
The response and how quick it is, impressive. I'm really blown away with it. I really am.
I'll tell you what guys, I was just videoing watching and I could hear the speed of that thing. It just sounds like it's got like a power band or something in it where it gets into gear and takes off.
You know, running another saw, you don't you just don't feel the difference until you put it in your hand. You know what I mean?
I believe it.
The response is just it's there.
Yeah, and that was pulling a 28-inch chain too, so that's ripping.
I'm happy with it.
Heck yeah, happy with this purchase for sure. Y'all look at this. This log was on top of that log. Tree service wood. Hey, at least they painted it for us. That's what Everett said anyway. So there you go. We got our first cuts in. I guess I'm gonna give it a whirl and see what I think about it. As y'all saw in that previous video, logs were flying. We were not prepared. We just kind of cut it on the fly, and the logs were trying to attack us, basically is what was going on. So if you look over here, we have a couple logs stacked up right here and got wood out of the way so we can actually cut and not worry about things falling on us. But it's my turn, so let's get to it.
What'd you think,
That
buddy?
is sweet, man. That thing is sweet. This saw, now, I don't know because I've been running a chain that I've cut the rakers down and everything. So that saw seems way smoother than my 462. But that could be because of the chain. But also the response is crazy. You press the trigger and you press it halfway and you're full throttle.
Yeah.
The other half doesn't even matter.
Yeah.
You just hit the throttle, it's already there. And then I was like, okay, let me see what it does when I keep pushing it. And I kept pushing it and then it changed. It was just full throttle already.
Yeah.
It's pretty
Doesn't
wild.
take much, does it?
Yeah.
The response is just
Yeah,
amazing.
but like I said, you half throttle is full throttle.
Yeah.
All right, just so y'all aware, we cut all this other wood off camera right here, just to get out of the way, so we had a nice cutting area for this 500. We're gonna use the 500 and 462 and get through these 3 or 4 logs and see what we think. Got it all cut up. Now I'm gonna use the Coyote 3510 with a grapple and get it all moved over to the splitter. Here we are, guys. Those two saws are just super fast. They got through those poplar logs really quick. Once again, those are poplar logs, so that's why it cut like butter. It wasn't like a hard maple or white ash or red oak or anything like that, but it went through it like no problem. We got all the poplar rounds stacked over here next to the wolf ridge, so we definitely have enough to split again. The goal here is to cut and just take all the logs over to the wolf ridge and just keep piling until we feel like stopping. So we're gonna go ahead and cut this pile. I'm gonna get the tractor, clean this up. We're gonna take all the knotty pieces out, get some straight ones, stack them up, and see how far we get. All right, guys, so I've showed y'all before, I had a little red saw like this. One of the batteries died on me, and the batteries don't last long enough to do like a whole day of cutting. So I was using it till it died, and then I couldn't use it anymore. So actually, Sadie found this online for me. I think she got it off of Amazon, but she got it free through some website or whatever. So it's got a higher battery level on it, so more capacity. But the coolest thing about this is kind of cool. So one downside of this is you have to press the trigger twice for it to start. So you go 1, 2. That is not good. I don't like that. I'd rather have one pull. But watch this. I can click this twice and push this button down and it keeps going. And that is what I really like about it. Watch how easy it makes marking these logs. Just like that. That is nice. Oh god. All right, let's get back to cutting. Me and Everett are going to switch saws now. I'm going to use the 500i. He's going to use my 462. So we cut through that wood like it was nobody's business. Yeah. I'll tell you what, it's nice having two big saws in the Woodyard just ripping. I used the 500i that time, and he used the 462. It's not a fair, we're not comparing first of all, but it's not a fair comparison how they run, just because he has a brand new chain that hasn't been touched. That thing is smooth sailing, but it's not cutting as fast as it could. Yeah. It's cutting, but it's smooth. You know, it still has the rakers up and everything. Where my chain, the rakers are a little too low on it, and it jerks you around, but it's taking big chunks. So when in the first part of the video, I was like, wow, this saw is so smooth. I think it's because of the chain. Yeah. What did you think about the 462?
462, I like the file you got on it. It's aggressive. It cuts good. It's taking big chunks out. It's, you know, you can tell it's just right behind the 500i. And I actually enjoyed the 462. Yeah. I do, you know.
Yeah, so I think the biggest takeaways between these two saws is, one, the 500i is just a tad bit heavier. I didn't even notice it with that 28-inch bar on it. Like, obviously, if you're holding it for a little while, I didn't feel like it was like way heavier than the 462. Yeah. You know, obviously it is a little bit heavier. Yeah,
it's a little nose heavy, but
he'll get a light bar on there, and that would solve that problem. And like I said, this is not a comparison video. If it was a comparison video, we'd have two 25-inch chains, two 25-inch brand new chains, same everything, and we would compare it. But we're just out here cutting and having a good time. I guess the other things that I would say about the 500i, it is way smoother, and it could be because the saw, being the chain is the way it is. But I really think just that fuel injection just hits it so fast, you don't feel a change.
It's there. You don't have to, you know.
Whereas like the 462 or any carbureted, you hit it and you're feeling it go up as the power goes up. That 500, it goes straight to
like
the
a power band.
Yeah, straight to it. It's the craziest thing, and I'm just like, I mean, you pull half trigger and you're already there. Yeah. So I mean, you want to be full speed on these things anyway. You want to run them as fast as you can. So if anyone's like, well, maybe if I didn't want to do half trigger. No, you wanted to go full blast on that sucker, right?
You can tell a big difference when you get into the crotch part and you have the limb that's out and the crotch right there. That's going to be your tightest grain right there and the toughest to cut. When you're hitting it, man, it just it goes right through that tough.
Well, and that's the thing. I don't feel like it. I don't feel like it bogged down at all.
No,
it just kept chucking. Where the 462, you can kind of feel it bogged down and whatnot. But I mean, that does have a lot to do with chains. And I mean, we're not here comparing. We're just giving you our input on running it for the first time. I would definitely buy a 500i 100%. I'm not going to because I already have 462 and a 400. But I think that saw is pretty sweet.
It's pricey, but once you get it, it's gonna pay for itself. You know, just like you said with everything else in the wood yard. You buy a piece of equipment, it's gonna put you ahead later on down the road. Yeah.
Hey, I always say if you could pay it off in 2 years, it's a good investment.
Yeah.
Especially if it's gonna make you money, right?
A tool that's gonna work for you, that's for sure.
So we got all this cut up behind us. We're gonna get moved with the tractor, and then we're gonna start moving more wood down this way, get it leveled up, and do some more cutting. So we got that front section all cut up. We have a lot of wood to split now, a lot. Here's it all cleaned up, guys. I used the Coyote with the grapple, and it makes light work of any trash pickup or log pickup. Y'all can see over here, this is what we got cut today, and I'll tell you what, it's a lot. And what's great about this is most of this is all, oh, it's pretty much all dry stuff. There might be a couple pieces of oak, like right there, that are fresh. For the rest of it is going to be split and ready for this season, no doubt about it. What a fun time, man. It is so much fun when you get new toys. I'll tell you what, Everett, I appreciate you bringing that saw over, man. That thing flies. But yeah, we had a blast out here cutting this wood. Like it went by so fast.
It's enjoyable, you know what I mean? I guess you got to enjoy it, you know?
Right, yep. And new toys help you enjoy it.
That's exactly right.
All right, guys, thanks for watching. Please like, subscribe, hit that notification bell. We'll see you next time.